The power of positive mind that can chase away all negative thoughts and put a smile on our faces is pretty rare these days. But anyone can achieve it. The energy is with us. We were born with it. Believing in yourself, loving the people around us, and not drowning in negative feelings is a natural part of being human that we've unfortunately often lost somewhere along our life's journey through bad experiences and the pressure of modern times. But it's not that hard to find it in ourselves again. Want to know how? Then keep listening. In today's fast-paced world, where we're flooded with multimedia channels that contribute significantly to making us unsocial, it's easy to give into stress or fall into depression. About 15 years ago, I came across an interesting fact that a person has 100,000 thoughts per day, which more than 80% keep repeating. According to several scientific studies, the number of thoughts for a person on an average day range from 6 to 70,000 per day. Scientific research varies quite a bit on this. After all, measuring thoughts is pretty complicated, right? According to one scientific study, up to 75% of thoughts are negative. That's a hefty dose of negative energy for each of us. In another study, scientists claim that up to 95% of our thoughts are negative or melancholic in nature. Well, only that makes you think, doesn't it? No wonder so many people today give into stress, depression, or even anxiety. It's all just in our heads. The mind is truly a powerful tool. So, how do we get rid of this mess in our heads? We probably can't just sweep it under the rug, can we? Switching from negative thinking to positive thinking isn't as hard as it might seem at first glance. We can work with it really well in several ways. The power of positive thinking can carry us through all of life's challenges, even though they may seem completely impossible at first glance. We all met someone on the street who was smiling from ear to ear and from whom we could just see tons of positive energy radiating. Positive energy really attracts other people around us in a significant way. Would you like to achieve that too? Then keep listening. Do you see the glass as half full or half empty? It's all about perspective. Or as I like to say, every coin has two sides. But only a few of us can look at things from a different angle. Never mind that people are unfortunately more common than an open-minded. A negatively thinking mind will see the glass as half empty. A positive mind will see it as half full. So, which one do you see? Basic tips for changing the flow of thoughts from negative to positive. Willpower. Let's change the flow of our thoughts through willpower. As soon as we catch ourselves with our minds dwelling on negative, pessimistic, or melancholic thoughts, immediately replace them with something else, something positive, anything, at once. All our thoughts are linked to short-term memory, which stores information we're thinking about for 5 to 20 seconds. Yes, really that short time. So as soon as we change the flow of our thoughts, we'll simply forget everything else in a moment. But if something really important is bothering us, our mind will keep returning to it in a spiral and it won't work. Spiral repeating thoughts need to be resolved sooner or later. Throw everything else away. That old lady at the office pissed us off, so what? Let's put it behind us right away. We are dwelling on the past and spreading negative energy in ourselves unnecessarily. We can't change it anymore, and we're only hurting ourselves. In the worst case, we spread negative energy farther around us. I once read in a book that monks living somewhere in the mountains go stand under a waterfall of cold mountain water as punishment for every negative thought. Is it true? Hard to say. I never seen those monks. However, with this self-flagellation they try ensure that their minds don't return to negative thoughts. I'm not saying we should do that too. However, we can make some small gesture when we catch ourselves with our minds drowning in negative thoughts. Some seemingly small thing can only be helpful. However, the most important thing is banish the negativity. Throw it out of our head and replace it with something beneficial. Anything. And right now. Mindfulness, the power of present moment. We can change the past. This might surprise some people, but the vast majority of our thoughts revolve around the past or the future. Very few of them concern the present. Interesting, right? But we live in the present. So why do we keep thinking about the past, which we can change anyway, or about the future, which hasn't happened yet? Let's accept the past. It can be changed. Let's not worry about the future. It hasn't happened yet. We live now, here and now. So let's live. Let's be aware of every moment of our lives. Let's enjoy the present moment wherever we are, with whoever and doing whatever. Believe in yourself. Many negative thoughts involve putting ourselves down. I can't do it. I am not good enough. I am not beautiful. I am not smart. Blah blah blah. Total bullshit. Each of us is an absolutely wonderful and unique human being with many abilities and positive qualities. Each of us excels at something. If we realize it or not, each of us has talent for several things. The fact that we don't know them, don't use them, or don't improve them is another matter. Or that we work in a business where we can't use them and therefore the work bores and stresses us. I'll come back to this in the future because only 15% of people are actively engaged and enthusiastic about the work they do. Let's find our talents and positive qualities with ourselves and stop putting ourselves down, insulting ourselves or underestimating ourselves in any way. We are all equal. Let's believe in ourselves and our abilities. Be yourself. No matter what anyone says to us, let's not take things personally. Nobody knows us like we do, not even our closest one. Parents, children, partner, friends. Only we know best what we're like. Each of us is an absolutely unique and amazing human being. Yes, everyone, even you. So no matter what anyone says, let's not take it personally. Let's not dwell on it. The person doesn't know us. I often see people whose defense mechanism immediately starts, which was most likely formed somewhere in childhood after some bad experience. that they start defending themselves after the slightest blameless joke. We all have defense mechanism, even the most confident alpha individuals, even the most aware people who've read tons of literature. Everyone has something. Some people have a few, and others have robbed themselves with so many defense shells that they don't even really know where their true self ends and their made-up alter ego that they show to the public begins. So let's put it behind us. Let's not torture ourselves with what others think about us. It's not important. Nobody knows us as well as we do. Nobody. So why worry about what this or that person think of us? Why do we feel the need to prove something to them? We know what we're like. Let's not try to be someone supposedly better in public. Just be ourselves and don't worry about other people's opinions. That's absolutely the best thing we can do for ourselves. Being ourselves. The truth is liberating. Yeah. And for those who are struggling and want to discover their strengths and talents, don't forget to subscribe, because the next video will be exactly about how to get to know yourself better in just a few minutes. Otherwise, the YouTube algorithm won't give you another chance to see my content. It's up to you. Take care of yourself. Movement, eat healthy, and sleep enough. Proper body function and the production of all important hormones is the basic building block of our happiness. I'll talk about them in my first video. If you haven't seen it, I recommended it. I'm adding a link below the video. It's definitely worth watching. Meditate. Meditation itself has a beneficial effect on our minds. Just 5 to 15 minutes a day is enough. Learning to observe our thoughts and being able to empty our mind, even for a brief moment, and live in present should be one of our priorities on the path of spiritual growth. For starts, I recommended focusing for a few minutes on our breath, looking at something beautiful like a rose or candle flame, and trying to observe our thoughts. Share our life with people we trust. Sharing our lives with others is another basic essential of a happy life. And that goes for even the biggest introverts. Each of us has at least one person in our circle whom we trust. Let's confide them about what's troubling us or what made us happy, whatever it is. And who knows, maybe a conversation with them will show us a new path or fundamentally change our perspective on things. Just the act of sharing itself will help us significantly. So let's not deal with everything alone. Positive perspective. Let's try to look at a negative situation from a different angle too. Even if we don't see it at first, there's always another perspective. Sometimes it can be really difficult. Sometimes it requires a lot of distance in time. However, let's try to find something positive in our misfortune, because there's always something there. Whatever happened to us, it always brought something or someone into our lives and enriched us or moved us forward in some way. Let's find it. It's there. Gratitude. Let's give thanks for several things we are grateful for in our lives. We can be thankful for our good qualities, for the people around us, family, friends, or anyone else we've met in life. We can be thankful for the nice things that happened to us or that we achieved. Let's find them. They are many. Self-praise. Every day, let's praise ourselves for something we did that day or something that made us happy. Every day we can find even the seemingly most trivial thing that we can praise ourselves for or that made us happy. Let's praise ourselves. Set life goals. Ideally realistic ones. I definitely recommend adding sub-goals to them. Achieving sub-goals will bring us joy from life progress, fill our minds with positive thoughts, and believe in ourselves. We'll focus more on them in the future. Limit negative input from TV, from internet, boulevard, newspaper, or even contact with negative people around us. Too much negative energy around us can impact the persistence of negative attitudes with us. On the contrary, let's try to seek out positive inputs and positive people in our surroundings. Learn to say no. I've met many people during my life who had trouble saying no. I myself had it in childhood. Let's learn it, because otherwise we'll be doing things we don't want to do, which will logically lead to our dissatisfaction. Don't use profanity. Although most of us don't realize it, vulgar words are strongly connected to very negative feelings and emotions. If we supplement our speech with many vulgar words or move in an environment where this language is common, it's much easier for our minds to slip into negativity. Everything can be said a bit more gently or more humorously and without vulgarisms. Wish people happiness. Let's focus our minds on people we love and wish them something beautiful. Anything. May they be happy, healthy. May they find an amazing partner, their dream job, may their dreams come true. This is also one of the ways to improve life, not only for ourselves, but also for others. I've been trying to do this for some time now, and I always feel very good afterward. First, we switch our minds to an optimistic wavelength, and moreover, it's been proven by several scientific studies that the energy we emit can overcome huge distance across continents. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. If I had to choose only 5 of these 15 tips to start with, and I'll skip movement, food and sleep, which we talked about last time, I choose these 5. I believe that each of them on its own can very significantly help with a positive view on the world and reducing the number of negative thoughts. So isn't it worth trying at least 2 or 3 of them for some time and trying to observe what impact they'll have on us? However, trying to dedicate yourself on them every day for 1 week. That's not much, is it? And after a week evaluate whether to continue with them, try others, or, in the best case, add more to them. Because if we don't do anything at all, our situation will hardly improve. Let's step out of our comfort zone that doesn't bring us happiness and try something new. Let's try to change something. Just a few minutes a day is enough. A day has 1440 minutes. How about dedicate 15 minutes a day to our spiritual growth that will lead to a happy life? That's not too much, is it? I hope that everyone who really wants to change their mindset and think more positively will try at least a few of these tips. They come not only from my rich experiences, but also from many books written by wise, aware people who have already walked a significant part of their spiritual path. The more I know, the more it fascinates me how everything is connected to everything, and how everyone is actually talking about the same thing, just in slightly different words. At the end, I want to thank everyone who watched the video to the end. I really appreciate it, because that should help most of all, so that YouTube offers this video to other people who could benefit from it. So thanks for helping to spread positive energy farther. Please write in the comments which of these 15 points helps or has helped you the most in life, and which one you want to improve. I'm really curious. I've been trying most recently to focus on point sharing our life, and of course on the point the power of the present moment, because I think that's a lifelong journey for each of us. Yeah. So, let's accept the past. It can be changed. We live now, here and now. So let's live. Let's do what we enjoy. Let's spend time with people who make us feel good and give us positive energy. Let's take care of our bodies. Let's think positively. Let's love ourselves. Let's wish the people around us to be happy, healthy, and have their dreams come true. We can really help them with this. The power of positive energy is incredibly powerful, and it's in each of us, in absolutely everyone. So let's free it from the chains of the bad life experiences. Let's let it permeate us, and let's enjoy life every single day. And let's not forget one thing: the journey is the destination. Yeah. Bla 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 bla. No. Jsem moc vysoko. Natural. I hate this word. Natural. 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 Who made this word? And why? To nějak dá dohromady, už mám zkušenosti. Já budu mít zase víc blbostí než normálních věd. To je strašný. One. No. Budeme soustředit a řekneme to ještě jednou. Tam to vypadá žlutě a to je důležité. Konec, čuče, tu už končíme. Padla dneska.